enough.
Not fast enough. I'm not doing it good enough.
Not accepting things as they are fast enough.
I'm not getting enlightened fast enough.
Right.
Glad we're doing this.
I know. Anybody want to read? We're at Course in Miracles,
It's funny.
text chapter 19.
My friend reminded me the other day how, like, when we were kids, she's like, remember, because I'm the same way. She's like, remember when we used to hang out and play, and you'd always have like a list of what we're doing in order we're doing it in.
That's funny. All right, we're playing. It's going to be really fun.
First we're playing tennis, then we're going to do card games. Then we're going to eat lunch. This is when we have
fun. This is when we take a break from having fun.
That's what I did. Such a weird kid.
That's awesome. Okay, so attraction to guilt it's difficult to understand how this thing is formatted. Like this is part 4, obstacles to peace.
Chapter 19, part 4, verse
Number I. Number I, letter I.
Says A and then I.
Yeah, attraction of guilt.
What does I mean?
It's just a subsection to part A.
Attraction of pain is also an I.
Yeah, it's a subsection. So this is attraction to guilt. You got attraction to pain, and now it's attraction to guilt.
Oh, but there's no B, but there's a C, the third obstacle. Where's B?
What the heck? We can just go right into I, it's fine.
She did this shit on
B.
The second obstacle.
A is the...
Okay.
A is the first
valuable.
obstacle, desire to get rid of it. And then B is the second obstacle.
Yeah.
Belief the body is valuable. But we're still on A, the desire to get rid of it.
Got it.
And then subsection I, attraction of guilt. Because we like guilt, it's the best.
Mm-hmm.
All right, ready?
We'll pull that into there, especially if you grow up Catholic.
Oh, a Catholic. You gotta be guilty if you're a good Catholic.
Catholic shame.
Any readers you want me to read?
Layla, or do you want me to read? I don't mind reading. I like reading.
Read.
Read. Thank you. The guilt was getting, I'm like, should I read?
You're like, no.
So fucking dang.
Shameful eyes down to the floor.
Forgot.
All right, so we're ready for you.
All right. The attraction of guilt. The attraction of guilt produces fear of love, for love would never look on guilt at all. It is the nature of love to look upon only the truth, for there it sees itself, with which it would unite in holy union and completion. As love must look past fear, so must fear see love not. For love contains the end of guilt, as surely as fear depends on it. Love is attracted only to love. Overlooking guilt completely, it sees no fear. Being wholly without attack, it would not be afraid. Fear is attracted to what love sees not, and each believes that what the other looks upon does not exist. Fear looks on guilt with just the same devotion that love looks on itself. And each has messengers which is sent forth, and which return to it with messages written in the language in which their going forth was sent.
Good. That's good. It's so fear sees guilt and love sees love. And that's it. There's two versions of this fantasy that we're living. The physical world is a fantasy, albeit a very persuasive one. Einstein said something like that. True, it's an illusion, albeit a very persuasive one. Mm-hmm. And so we have these two persuasive illusions, one of fear and one of love. When you're in fear, which is trying to keep your separate, special life, and you're trying to see distinctions and trying to see layers in order to do that, the tool to do that is fear. In order to keep that fear tool going, you have to keep in mind guilt, because guilt is the original experience when you believe that you've separated from God. And then to keep it going, you must project that guilt away from you, because it's too painful to experience something like that. And in that projection, you start creating the world. And so that's what we do nowadays, is we keep projecting it out. And that's why we always need an enemy. People love enemies. In fact, one of the greatest binding forces for humans is to have a common enemy. And it's actually, this wonderful mind controlling tool to control the masses in particular, is to have a bigger enemy. And so you have these big catastrophic events that bind people together, like 9/11, or you have you have COVID, or you have anything. And that's why a lot of people think that a lot of those are manufactured, and if not manufactured horrible events, then they're at least definitely utilized by governments and whatever, because people got to go along with it. How else would somebody in our world, they think, get along with everybody else unless they have some horrible atrocity to compare it to? And so fear and guilt reigns. We need an enemy. If everything goes too well, the enemy starts to break down. We think, oh man, maybe Russians aren't evil. I remember growing up, I thought Russians were evil, just like evil. If you're from Russia, you're all of them are evil.
I remember that.
It was just this big propaganda that was really fresh when I was a kid. And it's like, man, I can't imagine if I met a Russian, that would just be terrifying, because they're evil. How can we kill them? And so, but fear sees guilt. That's what happens. And it's when I see something bad, what I'm really seeing is something in me, either something that exists in my personality, or at least the capability of it. But even deeper than that, I am seeing something I've projected out because it can't exist. I've made it up, and I've made up a Frankenstein version of life. But love, when it looks out, it sees love. And that's it. That's why love sees sameness. It's not different. You're not my enemy. You're the same as me. At least same as intentions, like you're doing the best you can. You want to be happy, no matter how messed up you are. You want to be happy just like I want to be happy. But at a deeper level, the sameness is because we have the same consciousness. And it's one mind projecting all of this crazy stuff. It's one mind. It's not different minds. And you look different, but you just look different because I projected a different, mental story. That's it. You got anything, Sue?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Aaron Apke has a line in this book about how the universe can't be made of two opposing equal forces. If there were, like you look at anything in physics and chemistry, if there were two equal forces, they would cancel each other out. Mm-hmm. And we would live in a universe of nothing, not a universe of something. Mm-hmm. And using that basis, it's, kind of where you get the law of one, like where you get the justification for law of one. And quantum physics is also catching up with this idea too, that there is only one reality, like capital R reality. And the seeing of separation is an illusion in order to, it's a very important illusion and it serves a purpose, but it's still an illusion. And same thing for, in Ayurveda, they talk about that too, in Ayurvedic philosophy, which was part of the 16 hours that we did this weekend.
Oh man, it's already coming into use. Mm-hmm. It's happening. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they also describe how like there's like primordial forces that create the first like universe, and then there's this from oneness there comes this stage of individualization and separation, which they also call ego, and specifying that ego is not a thing that exists but a process of individualization.
Yeah, that sounds like it fits what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love how all of these different things come together.
Yeah, it's incredible how similar all of these belief systems, the founders of the beliefs had them a similar idea of sameness versus difference, and you can hear it in the language from Joseph Smith, with Mormonism, and Muhammad with Islam, and Jesus, of course, and the great mystics, Meister Eckhart, this German Catholic mystic, and all these really different, supposedly, thought systems, or Buddha, or which was Siddhartha, or it's like all these different things that are supposedly as different as you get, but when you're reading the words, when they're trying to put words onto this experience that they had of oneness, really, that it's very similar. In fact, the words just change because of culture, really. They just had a different story of their life.
Right.
And our culture really shapes how we see things. There's a story of the explorers coming to this tribe, and the tribe had lived on the coast or wherever they went to. I think it was South America. I forget what it is. But the tribe didn't have any context of something outside of outside on the other side of the ocean. They didn't even have an idea that could exist. And so they literally didn't see the ships as they rolled up, because their idea of something else out there didn't exist in their mind. They thought the world ended on the coast. And so they're like, no, the ship's right there. They're trying to explain, we came from the other side of the ocean, and they couldn't see the ships. They couldn't understand. They didn't know what it was talking about. It's a really weird story about how our minds just don't allow, if it doesn't fit in the story that we're telling. And there's another story about how some people can't see the distance. Like if you lived in the forest, they come to the end of the forest in this giant prairie lands, and they couldn't see in the distance. They would see in the distance like a tiny buffalo, because it was far away, and they're like reaching out and trying to grab the tiny buffalo with their fingers. They didn't know how to put together the image of far away. They didn't understand it. They were trying to pinch it like a tiny buffalo, but it's like, no, you can't grab it. It's far away. They didn't understand. And you think, wow, that's so dumb. These people are so dumb. But it's the same thing that we're doing, where we think, I have an enemy. You're an enemy. You're bad, and this is good. Or you're bad and I'm good. And you're wrong and I'm right. And you're ugly and I'm pretty, or I'm ugly and you're pretty, right? All these things that we do to keep ourselves separate.
Yeah. I'm noticing it a lot, like every day now, just being around people. Certain settings, certain people. Like yesterday, we were with our friends, church friends.
Those church friends are the worst.
It's just interesting. Yeah. One of them, I actually was really surprised that he felt the same way I did. And it was really cool to see him speak, like, kind of like this, like, because a lot of the Christians and stuff, they're angry about what happened with the Charlie Kirk thing.
I know, it's really sad.
He agreed with me. He's like, everyone's angry. We need to have love. And just talking about how, you know, when you're responding to somebody's anger, you're feeling, even though it's not positive or negative, like you're feeling their fire.
You are. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, he was out there. Charlie Kirk, he was super fundamentalist, but his style was
belittle and attack.
well, yeah, but yes, but well, I didn't really actually know. I didn't really listen to any of his stuff. But he's what's it called? Argument, debate.
Yeah.
He was like, let's debate. And so he was like full on debate mode, and
But people would debate, like you'd see, like they debate pancakes or waffles. Like he would do that too.
He would do everything.
Yeah.
He just loved to debate. But the thing that was really crazy is he was there in like with the representing fundamental, like right wing Republican fundamental values, and he was in the middle of the colleges, which is like the woke central of America, right? All the colleges. And
Sure.
and so it was hotbed, right? He was in there, and you know, in that way, it was he was a definitely more towards sameness than difference. I mean, if there, even though I don't like a lot of things that he said, like that was separation type talk, you know, I think his intention was he was trying there to wake up the woke, like. That was his intention anyway. But you're in the hotbed and you're arguing, and what happens when you argue with people? Well, a lot of times
they get defensive.
you get defensive. That's right. Yeah. And so
you can't. No one's gonna. I'm not gonna listen to somebody who's arguing with me. I'll listen to somebody who comes up and hugs me and says like, "Hey, let's talk about this."
I don't like being argued with either.
Anyway, yeah.
But
we were talking about love.
Yeah, we got way off base here.
Sorry.
Anything else, Sue?
No, that's good.
You want to do the?
Leila, do you want to read or?
I'll read. Yeah. Are we on Love's Messengers Are Gently Sent?
Yes.
Okay. I'm awake now.
We're awake.
Got like a little. Yeah.
You want some water?
I'm okay, thanks. I feel like a burp stuck in my throat. Like, just as I'm about to read. Okay.
Oh, no.
Love's messengers are gently sent and return with messages of love and gentleness. The messengers of fear are harshly ordered to seek out guilt and cherish every scrap of evil and of sin that they can find, losing none of them on pain of death, and laying them respectfully before their Lord and Master. Perception cannot obey two masters, each asking for messages of different things in different languages. What fear would feed upon love overlooks? What fear demands love cannot even see? The fierce attraction that guilt holds for fear is wholly absent from love's gentle perception. What love would look upon is meaningless to fear and quite invisible.
Yeah, so what fear would look upon, love overlooks. And then vice versa, what love will cherish, fear overlooks as well. And so, because fear sees sameness. Love sees sameness. You're my brother, you're my sister. Like, oh, you rascal having a good time out there. You're trying to get what you want. Oh, you know what? I do that same thing too. I try to get what I want. Wow. Well, I hope that works out for you. You know, and they're robbing your house, right? Or Byron Katie, the guy's gonna kill. The story of he brings a gun to kill her, and the backstory of that story is his wife was in love with Byron Katie, like as a teacher. Like, I love you. I'm gonna leave my husband because he's crazy. I just want to stay here and serve you. I love you so much. Please don't leave. And he shows up. He's gonna kill her because he's nuts. And and she says her story is she looks and she's in love with this man. Like, oh, look at him. He's so passionate.
Yeah, he loves his wife so much.
He thinks he loves his wife.
Yeah.
He's gonna kill somebody. Or whatever. I don't even think she had a story around it. It was just, I looked in his eyes and I loved him. That's all she said. And if you've ever had an experience of that, that crazy in love feeling, which is highly emotional. It's weird. I really cherish my relationship with Carolyn, but my relationship with her has been very non-emotional, like non-high and lows. I've had really high and low emotional relationships, which are
Come over to our house.
exciting
Get
and
a
pain.
fun little movie.
Yeah, and pain. The really highs and really low, and they're just really painful. And,
Yeah.
I didn't prefer those ones. But in some of those, though, I remember these really emotional, like being swept in this, like, in love feeling that was just so intense. And one of the characteristics of it was like all encompassing. Like, I didn't feel my body. It was like this swept up feeling, so intense. And there's something about being in love, or something about being swept up into things, euphoria, when you're euphoric, that you don't feel your body anymore. If you can recall it, and if you ever had a chance to have that again, your body is, well, at least you have a lot of feeling. Maybe you can associate your mind with your body, but it's not like the normal body of everything has an end, and I can feel like my fingertips and where everything is, but it's like this whole big euphoric feeling. And I think that, and I've heard this before, and it's been my experience in those euphoric feelings, that when we have euphoria, it's when it's the natural feeling of losing all my separation that I keep myself separate with. That I'm tapped into this oneness that is always there. And so, can I have that all the time?
If you do a lot of drugs.
That's what drugs allow us to tap into, is that state. Because I've had
thinking about that. I'm like, yeah, I felt that when I was really high.
I've had some meditation times where it's a little different, but it's the same kind of euphoric feeling. It's almost like orgasmic in this the feeling of it, the physical feeling from meditation. Why is that? I think it's moving towards our natural state of being, which feels really good. And we end up fighting for this thing that is separate at all cost, which turns out doesn't feel as good. But why do we still fight it? Well, we fight it to keep it because we think it's how we stay alive. I have to be separate. I have to be unique. I have to have my knowledge or my service or my uniqueness or my rightness or my power or my accomplishments or whatever it is, all the stuff that we do. And then along with it comes the pain of separation, and we don't see the two or one. Verse 12. Okay. You want to comment?
Nope.
Yeah, looking to just, again, I'm just still mind blown by how everything just comes together, because this is exactly the whole theory on polarity, that you can't, and even in Christianity, it says like you can't serve two masters at the same time, right? So
that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean, what else is similar to what you're studying? Anything else, Sue, that you're learning that fits?
Oh, in your Ayurveda teachings.
Oh, I think we're going to get to, I hope we're going to get to samadhi, the different types of samadhi. Because, what you were saying about that whole, like, being swept up in that feeling of love, like the meditation, drugs, being in flow for, like, athletes or artists, like, that's all, like, different types of samadhi, so. But we haven't gotten there yet. I hope it's part of the curriculum.
Yeah, I don't remember the purpose of that story, but basically there was no her or me when was really the
Mm-hmm.
feeling. It was
Mm-hmm.
there's no more body. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, 12.
Verse 12. Relationships in this world are the result of how the world is seen. And this depends on which emotion was called on to send its messengers to look upon it and return with word of what they saw. Fear's messengers are trained through terror, and they tremble when their master calls on them to serve them. For fear is merciless even to its friend.
Mm.
Its messengers steal guiltily away in hunger, search of. Okay. Its messengers steal guiltily away in hungry search of guilt, for they are kept cold and starving and made very vicious by their master, who allows them to feast only upon what they return to him. No little shred of guilt escapes their hungry eyes, and in their savage search for sin, they pounce on any living thing they see and carry it screaming to their master to be devoured.
Yikes.
Jeez.
Yikes.
I think of, I used to watch G.I. Joe, this cartoon when I was a kid, and I had G.I. Joes. I loved them. And there was this, the bad guy's leader was Cobra Commander.
Yeah, I remember.
And it's so funny nowadays, I can see the World War II Nazis was basically, Cobra Commander and Destro. It was like the whole thing. And now with the new fantasy, the Avengers and all those, it was, I forget what they call them in that, but it's the same thing. It's basically a play on the Nazis. So, and those Nazis always had incredible technology out of nowhere that even today they're said that have not gone away. They just went underground, and they're actually really crazy technology. And so how did they get all this technology and do so well? There is the law of one conversation comes up as an answer to that question, which is there's a left-hand path and a right-hand path. And the left-hand path is about separation and to dominate. Mm-hmm. And it turns out the highest level of left-hand path is to dominate, to be able to glory God with the glory and the splendor of one that could dominate the rest. Mm-hmm. And it's a path, according to the law of one, that is a valid path that will end up being consumed back again with the right-hand path. And the right-hand path is that we are all one, and that it is about loving service and seeing the other as yourself. That is the appropriate path to God. But this left-hand path is actually really, they love this physical world because it's a great place to dominate. And mm-hmm. And I see this, you can see it in the Nazis and everything, like World War II, like Hitler and Stalin coming together to fight together. And mm-hmm. those guys were not friends, even though they teamed up to fight America and the Allies. They were just waiting for their chance to win enough so they can go ahead and kill the other person.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're friends right now. Oh yeah, no, we're totally friends. And all the while, they're just keeping an eye out the side of their eyes so that they know when to attack their brother. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly how the ego plays. Always, you think of all these loving relationships, that your special love relationship becomes your greatest enemy. No greater threat than a woman scorned. I forget what's that saying. No greater, whatever. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Whatever that is. Why is that saying true? Well, because when you open yourself up to love somebody, special love, and then something happens where they aren't who you thought they were, then that special love becomes a special hate relationship. But the special love and the special hate, according to this non-dual idea, are both ideas to keep us separate. I have this other that's supposed to complete me, which keeps me as a separate, incomplete person. Or the other becomes my enemy, which also means that I'm a person separate indeed, because I have someone that's attacking me and the attack is real. Both of it works, both sides. Mm-hmm. But either way, we play with a game that we say, this game is my friend, this separation thing is my friend. But it's not. It's merciless. It will devour us at any moment that it can to survive. And we're playing with that kind of friend, the fear game. But fear says, no, I'm going to keep you safe. I will keep you safe. Keep on fearing. Keep on looking for danger. It's like watching the news.
You're going to get what you want.
You're going to get what you want. I promise, my precious.
Hell hath no fury.
Hell hath no fury than a woman scorned. Yeah, but that's the same with all of us. Hell hath no fury than the thing that thinks it's a separate identity scorned. Why? Because becomes this crazy animal in a corner, fighting for what it thinks is survival and identity. I need to keep it my separate life. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I was that person for a really long time, I think.
Well, we are to an extent, and then the key to all of this is
I still am.
We can see that somebody crazy, and I can see how I am there too. Oh, yeah. That exists in me right now. That's like the biggest freedom, or at least I have the potential for that. You could say, at least I have the potential. And if you look at somebody crazy and you say, I don't have even the potential for that, well, then that's another layer of separation that you've added. Because now you're better than that, and you've separated again. But we all have the potential for any of it.
I like your voices.
Thank you.
You're so sassy.
I have it all. I have everything. Yes. I'm offended of you. This. Yes. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Why did you do this to me? I know. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. And it's just like, it's true. Your experience is true, no matter what the judgment is. And it dissolves all. Now, it's not good for persuasion. Charlie Kirk was trying to persuade people. Non-resistance it's not really super effective theoretically to persuade your particular illusion. But it is good for dissolving barriers. It is good for peace. Just non-resistant. I'm not trying to get you to do anything. I love you so much. Yeah. I'm going to stab you in the eye. Oh, wow, it's so wonderful that you're so passionate about what you care about. It's really hard to fight people that are completely non-resistant.
Yeah.
It's frustrating, actually, if you want to fight.
I should send you this thing. I'll see if I can find it, where the lady walks up and she was like, excuse me, I bought this cheese and there's a hair on it. It's $40. And the lady immediately gives her money back. She's like, I'm so sorry about that. She's like, what? And she's like, oh, you wanted to fight? And then they do this like fake fight.
And then she feels better?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
She's like, it's okay. Everyone likes that.
That's so funny.
I'll just send it.
I love that. That's like full guru mode. Like, oh my gosh, you want to do that? Okay, I'll fight with you. No problem.
Yeah.
I will not give you that $40 back.
It's cute. I'll send it. I'll find it.
Oh my gosh, I love that. That's it. And that's what we're doing every day, is you're kind of like being with people. You're being with people. Oh, you want to chat about common events. Okay.
I know. It's funny. Before learning like this, I would not want to go to places because I'm like, I don't want to have to deal with like making up excuses for this or that, or feeling a certain way when this person starts talking about that. And now it's easier for me to go to places and not feel like I have to stay, or not feel like I have to be a certain way around them. I can just go and be, and if I want to leave, I can leave. And if I don't want to help them do something, because I feel guilty sitting, then I don't. Or if I want to like clean up, I will. Like yesterday, just, being with certain people, I'm like, I love these people. They're some of my favorite people, but some of their friends are not my favorite people. And so I thought, like, if they're going to be there or whatever, and communication, isn't the greatest, and their kids are crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I know you guys think your kids are crazy. Your kids are saints. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
They are.
It's good to know.
They are, yeah. And so, but like being in this, I'm not in my head so much when I'm with certain people anymore. I can kind of just like look at, I guess, sameness. Yeah.
Yeah, or when we're with people that we're comfortable, we don't feel like we have to do this performance thing. Like I have to make up an excuse that I have to go, or I have to make an excuse why I don't want to go at all, or I have to talk about things I'm not talking about, or I don't want to talk about, or I have to not bring up the things I'm interested in, or well, like it's interesting how much energy we put in this performance thing.
Yeah, we hung out with my in-laws Saturday night, and I had a lot of fear of that because I was like, I gotta be a certain way. But ever since we had that talk about being around my mother-in-law, I think it's been easier to understand, like, I don't have to be a certain way, and I don't have to put on this show, and I don't have to.
Yeah, it's incredible because I have tons of judgments to people all the time, and it's usually around somebody who wants to talk about sports or the common events or recent events, like that kind of stuff. Because I'm current events. Because I'm so spiritual, right? I don't do those things, and so then I'll judge the shit out of them for wanting to, and create this separation because I'm a spiritual asshole. That's the term for that. But then I'll hang out with someone like Joe and Denise, Denise, godmother Denise, and they become like so interested in these people, just curious about them, and they end up in these wonderful conversations and all, and because they're interested in them, just because they're interested in them, not because they're talking about an appropriately spiritual conversation. They end up in meaningful conversations all the time.
Sure. Yeah, you meet in the middle.
And then you kind of gravitate, and a lot of people are just being distracted by, they think...
Well, I think before I met you or Sue, I think I was more, like, yes, I grew up in this because my mom, but, like, I was more about current events and stuff like that.
What else do you talk about?
Yeah.
This is kind of what
so I think if you guys didn't engage with me, I wouldn't have grown into more of, like, the spiritual... world, probably.
Well, and it ends up being wonderful, even for a spiritual asshole like myself, that people are incredibly entertaining and interesting, and like, wow, tell me more about that. How did you think about that? And I've gotten better because of Denise and Joe, and just being, well, why did that happen, or what's going on, and you can drill down real deep with people real fast because people are not usually interested in other people. People usually talk about what they want to talk about. They'll talk at somebody, and then the other person waits, and then they get a chance to talk to the other person. And then the other person waits until they're done, and then they talk back at them, and then they go their way. That's a usual conversation. Mm-hmm. To have someone interested in and really curious about, oh wow, what happened then? Oh wow, did that seems like that would hurt my feelings. Did that hurt your feelings? I'm like, what? All of a sudden,
feelings.
All of a sudden, you're down past a layer of this surface conversation in 10 seconds. And Carolyn does this really good. She'll be in line.
People just tell
in line at the grocery store. She's got this bubble about her, and people are sobbing with her in line. The stranger at the grocery store.
She's very soft.
Like real. They just like spill their guts like so fast everywhere. It's karmic. Something about her. It's wild. Yeah.
I think even when I first met her, I gravitated towards her. She has like kind eyes, and she just. She just looks at you like, I'm ready to hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
Like she genuinely, passionately cares for people. She's like, make sure you tell Kristen. She didn't know her that well, but my friend Kristen with Britton and Liam. She goes, make sure you tell her she doesn't have a ride. I will be her ride. I was like, I know. I'll tell her. She's so cute. She has cancer right now, my friend. And, sometimes she doesn't have a ride. She knows she can call me, but she has a hard time asking. But I told her, Carolyn's willing to take you.
Carolyn,
my friend. Of course, everybody knows who Carolyn is, though. I think she thinks she doesn't remember who she is, but I think because she is so kind and she talks to so many
You know her.
people. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
7:02.
Cares the best. All right, that's 7. Are we good?
Yes.
The point of it is guilt. Guilt is the tool to keep you separate. And we can use that even on, like my joke with Sue, I can feel bad about not doing my spiritual work. But that's an ego game. I haven't done enough. I haven't learned enough. I'm not sweet enough. I'm not, Carolyn works out more than me. I'm not fit enough. I'm not healthy enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not rich enough. I'm not all these things. And then I feel bad. And does that make me humble to feel bad? No. Humble is power under constraint. That's the real original meaning of humility is I'm powerful and I'm constraining that power really for loving service if you want to be a right-hand path.
Not beating yourself down.
Not self-flagellation. Yeah, flagellation, whatever that word is. Not beating yourself up because you think it makes you humble and holy. Be powerful and beautiful. Powerful and beautiful is like, let's be frickin' warriors for good. Princess warriors. We'll love the shit out of people. You have I totally love that kind of idea. It's just this badass that does like really sweet things with no nicety. They're not nice at all. Even though it's fine to be nice. Like Carolyn's super nice, but I resist niceness a lot because it's this outward showing when people don't live a similar loving, accepting life. But that's just my religious background. I have my own wounds about that. But it's wonderful to be this powerful, beautiful thing that does what you think is the highest version of love, and other people's opinions don't matter to you. That's rare and beautiful, and it's available for all of us. And I think it's a very high way to live life, and it has to do with throwing out guilt. And it's naturally what happens and how you live when you throw out guilt. I don't have to feel bad about it. There's last story. There's this guy, I think his name is A.S. Neil, Neill. He created this school called Summerhill, I think in England, 50 years ago, something like that, 60 years ago. And his rule of Summerhill was, rule number 1 is you don't have to follow there are no rules. So you don't have to go to school, you don't have to go to class. I'm sorry, that's rule number 2. Rule number 1 is you can't take away the freedom of another. That's rule number 1. So it's like, you like to play drums, that's fine, but you got to do it at an hour. You can't do it in the middle of the night because then someone else can't sleep. You can't, stop someone else from wanting to study. But, you don't want to go to class? Go on the playground. You can do that till 12th grade. It's fine. But he found out that it made really little devils. He said it turned every little devil that came to my school into a little angel because they didn't have this social constraint. There was no more guilt. He said lying, nobody lies in my school. It's unheard of because why would you lie? There's nothing to lie about. You can do whatever you want. There's nothing, you want to cuss? Fine, let's cuss away. There's no constraint at all to these kids except that they don't hurt each other and then they don't take away someone else's freedom. No one called anybody names, which is like totally normal in school for people to make fun of the weaker ones. There was no one with a disability that had, bad names, got made fun of. None of that happened. He said, but one of the things that I thought was interesting, even though some people became doctors, lawyers, they wanted to learn. They could learn really fast. If you're 5 years behind, we'd have kids catch up like fast within that year, that kind of thing. So if you want to learn, you can learn. But nobody became this rich tycoon, he said, because he's like, I don't know, I guess my goal was never to teach education. My goal was to teach living. This is a school and learn how to live. Yeah. Not to learn something in particular. He said, because it's not my job to tell them what to learn. It's my job I want to show them how to live. Mm-hmm. Live a peaceful, abundant life. And that's what happens when guilt and constraint gets thrown out the window, is we start to have this wonderful, peaceful life. And no tycoons. Well, why does somebody need to make $1 billion or $10 million or whatever? Well, it usually has to do with, then I'll be valuable. I mean, how much money does it take to have a fulfilling meal? We can buy. What else is there to life to sitting down and, we're sitting down, standing up, or lying down. There's not all the other things in life are just stories about that. I'm sitting down at this table. Well, I'm at this table where I'm at, the table in a palace. It's just sitting at a table. The story about it is the only thing different.
Yeah. I like that story.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a real thing that happened?
Summerhill? Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, you can look up YouTube. His name is A.S. Neal, 2 L's, Summerhill School. And it's hilarious. They'll show clips of just the kids in the main room and everything. It's just like big, massive wrestling match. Oh, right. They're just going nuts. He sounds Scottish. You can barely understand what he's saying. Completely still, like non-articulate. Like he's not explaining his philosophy very well at all. Like he's a poor spokesman for his thing. But learning about it was incredible.
You did a good job.
Thank you. Thank you very much.